My name is Corey Milton. I was the director and scriptwriter for Kevin v Superman. So, what inspired me to actually write this story was when Batman vs Superman was here in filming in Detroit, which was used as Gotham in the film. I had a couple of friends who were used as extras, as Daily Planet employees, and one of them, my friend, his name is Calvin, he had a whole backstory for his character. They told him how many kids he had, and it was just unnecessary backstory. So I thought it'd be really awesome to kind of shoot a film that was about not Clark Kent or Superman, but about the people that Clark Kent works with. And I figured since he's Superman, he doesn't really think about how his actions affect everybody else. So I figured that having, a superhero as a coworker, he would just be the worst coworker in the world.
Sorry. My name is Cody Hudson, and I'm the director of photography for Kevin v Superman. I think that the hardest shot to achieve was the shot when we're pushing into Kevin's desk. We were pushing in on a crane and turning and pulling up on the crane at the same time to reveal all the picture frames. So that was probably the most difficult shot on set to get.
Throughout this entire production, because there wasn't really any dialogue, all the shots had to tell the story. In addition to the actors' performance for their body language, when you have something that is not filled with dialogue, the camera shots, they have to help push that story along. So if you notice, when the scene opens up, after Kevin is tapping the pen on the desk, the camera kind of closes in on him. And what I loved about that scene, it was actually a scene that my DP, Cody, suggested to me, and I loved it when the more and more we talked about it, was that kind of symbolized the pressure, him being closed in by the work that he's doing. And then near the end of the film, after he looks at the Superman mug and kind of gets that reassurance, the camera does the exact same angle, but it moves outward, showing that, he's a little bit relieved from the pressure.
I'd say the piece of equipment that I had the most fun with on set was probably the crane. Easily. We did a lot with the crane on this one, so. The wheelchair was fun too. It was fun just like sitting and rolling around and not having to stand all the time. Sometimes it can be kind of strenuous on your back, handling all the equipment and camera and getting certain shots. But sitting down in a wheelchair, on the other hand, now that's good. Relaxing.
When we casted Clark Kent, I knew it was going to be a challenge because, how do you find somebody who looks like Superman? Even though we're not showing the head of Superman, just finding the right body type is going to be difficult. So actually, instead of doing a casting call, I came up with the idea of, I have a friend whose boyfriend is a Marine, and I was like, that's perfect. He's got the perfect body type for it. He's never acted a day in his life, but he had no lines, and he was the perfect build, and he had black hair, which was very lucky, because in case the back of his head got caught in any shots, it wouldn't be too big of a deal. But it was fun having this, really tall, bearded, big guy towering over Kevin. It definitely made, when Kevin looked at Clark, it made Clark look a lot more intimidating.
When Corey first approached me with the idea of KVS, he immediately told me that Superman's face would not be shown and that he would just kind of tower over Kevin and his face from neck up would be out of frame every shot that we see him. So that was determined pretty early on.
When you watch Kevin v Superman, you notice that Clark's head is never in any of the shots, and there was a couple different reasons for doing that.
Right away, I think, for Corey.
One of the obvious reasons is, everyone has their idea of what Superman looks like. The moment we show that face, it's no longer Superman. And plus, Jeff, our actor who played Clark, He's got this really big beard, and even though Superman has had a beard in the past, it wasn't really fitting what we wanted to do. But the other reason why we cropped the head out, and the reason that I really like from a psychology and film point of view, is people really start to associate with the character emotionally through the eyes. You know, if you show a character's eyes, that's kind of what helps the audience relate to your character. It's how all emotion is expressed. So by cutting off Clark's face, the audience can't connect with Clark, and they're not supposed to. Cutting off Clark's head and almost dehumanizing him in that way was more of a psychological move.
The level of seriousness. The level of seriousness.
The level of seriousness on set. I'm always a very serious person when I'm on set, just because I'm very, very focused.
The level of my God. Okay. Like I'm Superman. All right. No. The level of seriousness.
This group that I film with, we do a lot of comedies, and we know each other very well. And the fact that my DP Cody and my AD Bart and even my camera person Dow, we were all on the same page this entire production.
I keep messing it up. All right.
So even though we were all incredibly focused, it wasn't something where we were focused to the point of it being stressful.
When it came to crunch time,
It was a lot of fun doing it on set. And Chin, who played the part of Kevin, was incredibly funny the entire time. So even when things started to get a little bit stressful, it was people like him on set that kind of made things lighthearted.
the level of seriousness on set was probably like a 9 or 10.
And that's something that I think that you need on set. You need that balance of serious and focusedness, but you also need that sense of
silliness. The level of silliness on set was 0.
we're doing this because we love it and because we're passionate about it and because it's fun.